Okay, what's going on, boys? No guys here. Welcome back to the video. In today's video, we got La Liga squad build. Now, this is a 100k squad builder. I'm gonna go over each the players, how to play them in game, how they get full chemistry, etc., etc. Now, let's start off with the back. Now, we're gonna talk about a defense that is decent but not overpowered. Okay. Now, the problem is with La Liga, there isn't that many good La Liga left backs. There's a few, but players like Mendy and Jordi Alba are very expensive. Do not spend a majority of your budget on these type of players. Go with someone like Gaia. Gaia is a very cheap player and a very cheap alternative that you can get into your team. There's no point spending money on the left back. Spend money on your centre back, your striker, or maybe your centre mid or your goalkeeper. The rest of the money, keep it clear. For the back, we've gone with two cards and we've gone with Hermoso. Now, Hermoso is just known to be a very cheap player, very cost effective. Got decent agility bands. You put a shadow on him and he definitely becomes one of the best centre backs in the game. That is the reason why we've chosen Hermoso. Again, don't overspend on someone you don't need to. There's other goalkeepers, again, same thing. Oblak ter Stegen will be the higher end. I would say go with someone cheap for now. Someone like Sergio Senio will be very good, or someone like Neto. Now, I'll be honest, if you haven't got the money, then go with these two. If you could spend a bit extra, I would say go towards the Courtois or ter Stegen, especially ter Stegen. Stable feet trait, low drivens could be effective this year. And we're going to put Sergio Senio in for now. Now, the other right back, we're going to put Koundé. Now, I know there's players like Militao. Now, you're right. Militao is a better player on paper and even in the game. And there's other players as well. But we wanted the pace. Militao is 40k. For 100k team, you don't want to spend that much. Yes, you can get someone who's got good stats. Alaba is actually not a bad option also. But because Koundé is so good for his price, we've gone with Koundé. What you can do is if you don't want Hermoso, you can put Alaba instead. But I'll be honest, for the price of 10k, you can save 10k here and improve the rest of your team. For the right back, unfortunately, there's no one really good. There's two players. One costs a lot of money and one is very cheap. And that is basically Navas and Navas not in form. Now, the rest of them are just too slow. Carvajal, too slow. Kappa, too slow. All these guys are just too slow. So you kind of forced to go with Navas. He's the only viable right back in La Liga, at least in FIFA anyway. Then we go over to the two centre mids. Now, it depends what formation you want to play. Let's say, for example, you want to play a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-2. You want to go with, I would say, all around, I would say, centre mids. I would say you want to get one CDM. Now, it might be a majority of the budget, but Llorente is obviously a good option, but it's too expensive. It might be a majority of the budget, but you want to go with a good CDM. A good CDM, someone like Valverde will definitely carry you, whereas a weaker CDM will not. And don't forget, with this high work rates with the shadow, 99 sprint speed becomes one of the best CDMs that money can buy. Even a contest with the likes of Kante, especially for his price, he's just too cheap to say no to. It's the same with the other centre mid. Now, you kind of want a diverse one. Again, we're keeping in light the amount of money. Now, to be honest, Modric, he's always been like, it's because he can do everything, but he's not the best going forward. Now, I would say if you're looking for someone that can attack or dribble the ball going forward, Modric is really good. If you don't want to get Modric, you can always get someone else. You can get other cheaper players. So I'm just going to give you this for future reference, okay? Players like Marino, who's got very good stats, can also equally or even do better than Modric. Same with Carlos Soler. So it depends on what you want. Because I personally prefer the pace, and that is my opinion, I would say go with someone like Marino and save your money. That's kind of my opinion. Okay. For striker number one, we have gone with Depay. Depay speaks for himself, and he's got the long shots and the shot power, which is what we want for the finesse shot meta. Doesn't have the best of weak foot. It's got a 4-star weak foot, but he's got 5-star skill moves. So he's still an effective player. You can even put a hunter on him, and he becomes one of the good players with the long shots and the finishing inside the box. Now, for the rest of the strikers, the way you want to do it is, now, there's other players that are very good in La Liga. Morales is probably the best cost-effective player in this game. 86 sprint speed, 84 finishing, good agility and balance with a hunter, a 4-star. He becomes an exceptional player. So definitely it's worth buying someone like him in. Now, there's other cards as well that are also attackers. Now, this is the thing. Don't ever get fallen into the trap where people like to use someone like Benzema or someone like Suarez, someone like Aguero. Yes, their shot is very good, but they're just too slow to play in game. That is something you have to realize. So you don't really want to get one of these cards if they're too slow. So I would say I'll advise against it and I wouldn't get it. So what I would say is stick with Morales, and you can get the left back And we're just about 103k now. And for the left wing, to be honest, you are got a pretty cheap option now. For the left wing, you can go whatever you want. Oyarzabal is a really, really good card. There isn't really a big choice. Matches is the best one though, just simply because he's got a 4-star as well. And he's got really good agility and balance. And you put a Hunter on him, you again got a very, very good card. On the right wing, Dembele, of course, is very, very expensive. And he's basically out of budget. So Porto is probably the best card you can go with. There isn't really much. And that is the 100k team. Now, if you want my honest opinion, my humble opinion, I will make some changes. I'll get rid of Depay, I'll get rid of Alaba, and I'll put Hermoso back in. Let's keep the budget low. Then what I'll do is I'll get Alejandro Gomez. And Alejandro Gomez is always known to be a very, very good player. A top tier player, may I add. And he's got really good agility and balance, and he's got really good sprint speed. In contrast to Depay, he hasn't got the finishing, don't get me wrong. But you put a Hunter on him, he gets very similar stats, but he has that agility and balance and that 4-star. Because he's very, very small as well, he's got top tier agility and balance. So I'd rather go with someone like Alejandro Gomez as opposed to someone like Depay. So that is something to bear in mind. And you got a good upgrade. So as you can see, it's a 100k team. You got a good upgrade. You can, if you want to, you can then eventually get Alaba. The likes of Alaba, the likes of Eder Militao instead of Hermoso. As soon as you get enough money, you want to get a good goalkeeper. Go with Courtois. Now, surprisingly, the left wing and right wing, you're pretty much fine. The left wing for La Liga, because you're probably watching this video, and by the time you watch the video, the price may increase. You have someone like Carrasco. Carrasco, in theory, he's got better stats. As you can see, he's got better shooting stats, but he lacks the agility and balance. So you have to make a decision for yourself. You know, okay, that I have matches right now on my team. You got to say to yourself, are you one that likes to dribble, or are you one that likes to, I suppose you could say, shoot? So although they're very, very similar, yes, Carrasco's got a bit better shooting, so it might look better, but the agility and balance also takes a big frontier, in my opinion. So that is something that I will consider. Now, if you're talking about in-game formations, I'll set that up for you. So if you're playing a 4-2-3-1, then how you want to do it is, I would personally go with match on the wing. I would say Gomez and Cam. Gomez is better in Cam because he's got the passing stats. It's hard to get a good Cam with passing stats, and that is the way I'd play it, like that. 4-4-2, the exact same thing. Gomez goes in striker, and you have Marino and you have Valverde in CDM. If you're talking about a 3-5-2, it's the exact same thing. Gomez goes there. I normally put Gaia there and Porto there. Matches or Porto in the middle is whoever you really want. It's down to personal preference, really. I personally go with Matches just because of the agility and balance as opposed to Porto. And Porto is high, so you can play left mid or right mid very, very well. If you're playing a 4-1-2-1-2, you can do the exact same thing. You don't have to use someone like Porto. You can also get the centre mid. So don't forget, Porto was playing as a right wing to get chemistry. So you can literally put Asensio there instead, and he can play that centre mid role very, very well. And the last formation is, if we go, for example, for a 4-3-2-1, which is a formation that's been used a lot, still working it out right now. Again, you can go with Asensio here again, whoever you want, Porto, and then you can play Morales in striker or Gomez, whichever one you want. Matches and Morales on the wings. But anyway, guys, that is of course the 100k La Liga squad builder. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time.